Once upon a time, in a kingdom surrounded by crystal lakes and silver mountains, there lived a princess unlike any other. Her name was Seraphina. She was kind, graceful, and beloved by everyone in the kingdom. But Seraphina held a secret that no one knew. Every night, when the clock struck midnight, a terrible curse transformed her into a beautiful white swan. Years ago, a jealous witch had cursed the young princess after being refused entry into the royal palace. "At midnight, you shall lose your human form," the witch had declared. "Only true love can break my spell." Since then, Seraphina spent each night gliding alone across the moonlit lake, waiting for dawn to restore her human shape. One summer morning, a young prince named Alexander arrived at the kingdom. He was brave, noble, and known throughout the land for his adventurous spirit. While exploring the royal gardens, Alexander noticed a magnificent white swan swimming gracefully across the crystal lake. There was something unusual in the swan's eyes. They seemed human. The next morning, Alexander returned to the lake. To his astonishment, he witnessed the swan transform into Princess Seraphina as the first rays of sunlight touched the water. He could hardly believe his eyes. Seraphina, realizing her secret was no longer hidden, tearfully told Alexander about the witch's curse. Instead of fear, Alexander offered his hand. "I will help you," he promised. Together, they searched the kingdom's ancient library, where they discovered a forgotten spell. The curse could only be broken before the final full moon. But first, they would need the crystal blossom, hidden deep within the enchanted forest. Without hesitation, the two set off on a dangerous journey. They crossed sparkling rivers, climbed crystal mountains, and ventured beneath glowing trees. But the wicked witch had been watching. Determined to keep Seraphina cursed forever, she summoned shadow wolves to stop them. Alexander fought bravely, protecting Seraphina with his shining sword. At last, they reached the witch's dark castle on the night of the final full moon. Lightning flashed across the sky. Thunder shook the earth. The witch appeared in a storm of purple magic. "You will never break my curse!" she screamed. As midnight approached, Seraphina began to transform once more. Silver feathers surrounded her. Within seconds, the princess became a swan again. The witch unleashed a blast of dark magic. Alexander rushed forward, shielding Seraphina with his own body. Then, remembering the ancient spell, Alexander gently held the swan in his arms. "I love you, Seraphina," he whispered. And with a kiss, a brilliant golden light exploded across the battlefield. The curse shattered. Silver feathers filled the air like falling stars. The witch screamed as her dark magic dissolved into mist. When the light faded, Seraphina stood before Alexander in human form, free at last. The kingdom rejoiced. A grand wedding was held beside the crystal lake, where swans danced upon the water and fireworks lit up the sky. From that day forward, Seraphina and Alexander ruled with kindness, wisdom, and love. And every night, when the moon shone brightly over the lake, the people remembered the princess who once flew beneath its silver light. The end.